Good morning. Time check is 12:45 a.m. and it is the most convenient time for me to do recording because the surroundings are, ungodly hours. There is less noise and there are no vehicles or tricycles passing by the road. But anyway, I think I have not created a video for the quarterly income tax return for self-employed individuals, businesses, or professionals. So individuals, estates, and trusts. So for individuals, we use the form 1701Q versus 2018. So this is train law compliant form. What changes happened under the train law? The tax exemption, the income tax exemption per individual is up to 250,000, whether you are a businessman or a professional, or in the case of estates and trusts. For those mixed income earners, you would only earning compensation and business income, you would only avail of the exemption once. You can't have an exemption in the business of 250,000 and another for your compensation. So there you have it. Now let's start. So let's fill it out. It's not fill up really, it's fill out. Fill up is the grammar is that fill up a bucket of water, a glass of water. Not fill up, it's fill out. You fill out a form, and this is a form anyway. So let's magnify this so that you can see better. In my discussion with in BIR form 2303, I mentioned to you that there are 3 quarters that you would file 1701Q, and then in the 4th quarter, that would already be the annual income tax return or the form 1701. And if you're an 8% taxpayer or availing of the optional standard deduction, you would use 1701A. There you have it. The fiscal year is 2022. We will file income tax return for the 1st quarter, and that's it. So we fill out number 1. Number 1 is if this is for the current year, then the year is already in default. But if it's for a previous year, you will have to input the number. So January to March is 1st quarter. Amended return, no. If this is an amended return, you pick the radio button, yes. Number of sheets, never mind. The number 5, the taxpayer identification number, is populated from the main information. Audio code also in the main information. I am a professional, and the alphanumeric tax code is I only earn income from profession. So I will use income from profession, graduated ID rates. I'm not an 8% taxpayer. And then the date of birth, you input your date of birth. I'll make it younger. Of course, I'm a Filipino. Okay, can I play the song of, I'll play the song of on the background, but this is not intended for, I hope it will not be captured. It's a copyright issue. But while not by YouTube, just YouTube music. Easy Meal. What's the name? What's the song? Panalo. Yeah. Panalo. This kid. This is faintly. Mga kababayan, turn up. So in number 16, because I selected income from profession in number 8, graduated IT rates. Let's try again. It populated here in number 16. So if I choose I-017, it will select 8%. So let's select I-014. Method of deduction. If you're availing of the graduated rates per tax table, then you would select itemized deduction or optional standard deduction. In my case, I'm choosing itemized deduction. When you select optional standard deduction, you would select this during the first quarter. If you're filing jointly with your spouse, then you fill out this portion below, but for illustration purposes, we will only do the form without spouse earning his income. So nothing shall be filled out here. We move to page 2. In page 2, because my friend, for example, because I'm a professional, then I will input the amount here. So for example, if I have the gross sales or gross receipts or revenue fee for the first quarter, which amounted to $500,000, then less the cost of sales or services. In my case, I would not have much overhead, but there would be salary and communications costs. So that would be around maybe 60,000. Supposing that I'm having a cost of 60,000. No, it's not 60,000 because it's already 9,800 plus 51,000. And total allowable deductions, that would be the taxes that you pay in percentage taxes, annual registration, and other professional tax receipt for professionals. So you would put it here. This is only a summary amount. The itemized listing would be in the annual income tax return. So for here, I'll have 10,500. Now, the net income or loss this quarter is 438,000. The taxable income or loss in previous quarter will not be applicable in the first quarter because the previous quarter is the fourth quarter of the prior year. You only use this part for filing of returns in second and third quarter. So tax due is 339,625. This is already the amount is already embedded here. So 39,625 is 20% of 250. 100 of 188,500. So let's check, multiply 188,500 times 0.2 Ano ba? 438,500 minus 250 equals times 0.2. 37,700. Why am I having 39,625 here? 39,625 divided by 0.2. No, it's in excess of 400,000. So it's the base rate is 30,000 for the first 400. For the income in excess of 250,000 up to 400,000, and the 38,500 times 0.25%, so that's 9,625. 9,625 in the next tier plus the base rate of 30,000. So that's why we have 39,625. So this amount already considered the exemption of 250,000. So base rate of 30,000 between over 250,000 to 400,000, and then 25% of 38,500 is 9,000. The 25% of 38,500 is 9,625. So that would be your tax due for the first quarter. You validate. If it's correct, then that's the message prompt that would be returned by the system. And then you print or submit whichever you feel is appropriate to be done first. This is so JJ. I just let panalo. Tayo'y Pilipino. Pak, pak, pak. Chop Cariñosa. Turn up. Turn up or turn it up? Filipino. Yeah. So we're done with 1701Q for the first quarter. You remember the total taxable amount in the first quarter. So it's 438,500. And we will create 1701Q for the second quarter and so on to the third quarter. Remember this. So the tax amount that you paid for this quarter in the first quarter of 2022 is 39,625. We will carry this forward to the next quarter return. Okay, so I'm not submitting this because this is only for illustration purposes. I'll just click save and then we go to the main screen. And then we fill it up. We fill up again. Let's see if the system will allow us to post for the second quarter, even if, yeah, I think it will. So for example, and I won't discuss in detail when I filled out this part, because we have discussed this at in great length in the first quarter. So I think I have to slow down because it will might be heard in the recording. So no, I'm not claiming any foreign tax credits. And we have to select itemized deductions. Now let's move on to the second part. Again, supposing that I'm earning 500,000, 500,000 or 500,000 lang tayo. And then cost of sales or services, whatever amount you have there, as you have accounted. Sikay nga amen, 40,000. Total allowable deductions, say 25,000. So the net income or loss this quarter is 435,000. If you remember, in the first quarter, we have an taxable income of 438,500. You add it up. Now, our total taxable income is 873,500. The base rate of the next year in over 400,000 to 800,000 is 130,000 And then 73,500 times 30%, that gives us 22,050. Let's multiply. 73,500 times 0.3. Yes, it's 22,050 plus 130. Equals 152,050. We will deduct the amount that we have paid in the first quarter. So it's from this portion. Tax paid in previously filed. If this is an amendment, this is not it. Tax number 56, tax payments for the previous quarter. We paid 39,625, so we input that here. The net amount due for the second quarter is 112,425. Now you remember how much we paid for both. You remember the tax due, which is for 152,050, and the total taxable income, because we carry this forward to the third quarter. Now, after deducting the payment made in the first quarter in number 62, but it's actually from number 56, we arrived at 112,425. Number 63, which will be reflected in the first page, and the aggregate amount payable. I guess that's understood. So we validate. If everything is okay, validation should be successful in the message prompt. I'll click save, and then I'll go back to the main screen. Now we will fill out this 1701Q for the third quarter. Again, I'm a professional. I earn income from profession using the graduated rates. And then let's input my birthday, the citizenship, of course. Tayo'y Pilipino. I selected I1014, so this is automatically linked to that radio button. And then in 16A, the method of deduction will be itemized deduction, because I don't opt out to have optional standard deduction. So let's go now to page 2 as usual, because I pay you using the graduated income tax rate. Then I'll fill it out here again, 500,000. Hindi naman talaga lagi yung 500,000, but you just assume it is. So supposing that that's my cost of services and the allowable deduction is about 45,000, the net income is 395,000 now. So if you remember how much was our 873,500 was the total taxable income, from first to second quarter, 873,500. Now we also deduct whatever the amount was that was paid. So 73. Ba yan? 73,500. 873,500. So the total tax is 152,050 in number 56. 152,050. And then what would be the net amount due? It's 118,500. In page 1, total tax due is 270,000, and since we have paid 152,050, we're only left with 118,500 for the third quarter, and that would be the tax that I will pay. Let's validate. Yeah, as easy as that. Let's save. But this is how you do it. Wait, I have to invite you to like, share, and subscribe. Claire decides to vlog. If you find this recording and tutorial beneficial, please leave a comment and share it to your friends who would also be needing the same. Thank you.